One of the questions I get asked the most is, do you speak Spanish? Okay, I hear you. And the short answer is, not as well as I would like to. Not yet, but I will, and I have a plan.
Un, dos, tres, y...
Hey guys, it's Carol. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my Spanish learning journey. The pitfalls, the struggles, but most importantly, my plan. Because you see, I've read your comments. I see you. I hear you. I know I live in El Salvador. I know I need to be able to speak Spanish better than I do. I agree with you. And it's not that I haven't tried. Spanish is a little complicado. I mean, the grammar, the conjugation. When to use formal, when to use informal. Tú, vos, ustedes. I don't want to offend anyone. And while entiendo más o menos trying to speak in Spanish, now that's a different story. I mean, the words just fall out of my mouth like a jumbled mess. No puedo hablar español bien. See? Once I tried to tell a sales lady that I was really embarrassed, and instead I ended up telling her that I was really pregnant. That was really embarrassing. So when I first moved to El Salvador, I thought I'd learn the language naturally. And in many ways, I have. But I also feel like my Spanish is a lot like Swiss cheese. There's a lot of holes. What I really need is structure. So enough with the excuses. Here's my plan. Number 1. Solo hablar español viernes y sábados. Sin excusas. So starting today, we will only be speaking Spanish every Friday and Saturday. No excuses. The reason that I'm choosing to do this 2 days a week instead of full immersion is twofold. 1, I don't want to get overwhelmed. And 2, we are raising our children bilingual. So while every family does this differently, what that means for us is I speak only English to the children usually. Okay, and they get Spanish everywhere else. School, society, family, and friends. This was working fabulously pre-pandemic. But social distancing has kind of made this a little more difficult. So it's really important for all of us that we adjust the scales here at home. Number 2, I am committing to reading 30 minutes a day in Spanish. Because this is how I learned English. While learning languages has always been difficult for me, I've always had a love of reading. I was the kid who used to walk around with 2 books at all times. The book that I was reading and a dictionary. Because if I didn't understand a word, I would look it up in the dictionary. This was before cell phones, and I would write it in the margins of the book. I would read a book over and over and over until I understood the world between the words. And I want to do the same thing in Spanish. So if you could leave me any recommendations of books that I should be reading down in the comments, I would really appreciate it. I'm looking for a book that was originally written in Spanish, not translated from another language, originally in Spanish. And something above my level, not a kid's book, but not quite Shakespearean Spanish either. Something maybe young adult fiction, think Harry Potter-ish level. If you could leave me your recommendations down below, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Number 3, watch TV in Spanish. After 6 o'clock, I will only be watching TV in Spanish with Spanish subtitles. This is a great way to learn colloquial terms and phrases in another language. I remember when I was teaching English, and my students would tell me they were watching TV and they thought they knew everything that was going on. They were following until everybody laughed and they realized they didn't get it. And this was usually due to some sort of colloquial term or a phrasal verb like break up, break through, break in, break down. English isn't easy either. Number 4, Rosetta Stone. You guys, I was so excited when Rosetta Stone reached out to me. You have no idea. It felt like fate. Rosetta Stone has been the leading language learning company for 25 years, but their app is seriously amazing. There's no flashcards, books, or CDs that you have to carry around with you. It's just always there in your pocket. So no matter where you are or what your learning style, they've got you covered. and you learn just like a child would through full immersion, matching audio to pictures. ¿Ustedes comen sándwiches?
Quiero cucharadas.
¿Ustedes comen sándwiches? Sí.
And my favorite part is the speech recognition software, so you can check and adjust your accent as you learn.
¿Quién está caminando?
Nosotras estamos caminando.
¿Quién está corriendo? I am committing to using Rosetta Stone for at least 1 hour every day. And I say at least because once I start, I can't stop. My daughters even love practicing with me because it's so much fun. And it's so informative. I've already learned something that I haven't learned in 10 years of living in El Salvador. Did you know that colors have genders that change and are plural? So for example, you do not have 2 yellow cups, dos tazas amarillo. You have 2 yellows cups, dos tazas amarillas. How did I not know this? Swiss cheese, I tell you, but I'm so excited to see what progress I make using Rosetta Stone consistently. The best part is they are so reasonably priced, and they even offered you guys a discount code. So if you go ahead and click on the link in my description box, you can check out all of the packages that Rosetta Stone offers, including my favorite, their lifetime package. For only $179, you get lifetime access to the Rosetta Stone app, which includes access to all of the languages that they offer forever. So go ahead and click on the link and you can follow along on a language learning journey with me. Number 5, you. Will you help me learn Spanish? Can you leave any tips and tricks that you found on your language learning journey down below? I can use all the help I can get, and I would appreciate anything you have to offer, as well as helping me stay accountable on my own language learning journey. I do want to point out that my YouTube channel will remain predominantly in English, Spanglish, with English and Spanish subtitles always to be as inclusive as possible. And the reason for this is, while I am learning Spanish, English still is my first language. It's where I feel most comfortable to express myself fully with you guys. And secondly, one of the main reasons I started my channel was to share the beauty that is El Salvador with people that may not speak Spanish, that may not know of El Salvador at all, or worse, they may only know what they've heard on the news, which is only a part of the story. I do, however, plan on making more Spanish content on both my TikTok and on my Instagram, so you can follow along there at ThatExpatMom to keep me accountable on my Spanish learning journey. Please be kind, I am just learning and I will make mistakes, but that's okay, that's how we learn. I feel really good about my plan, and I know that I'll be able to reach my goals and be able to speak in Spanish with confidence. I'm excited, especially about Rosetta Stone. So make sure to click that link in my description if you want to follow along on my language learning journey with me, whether it be English, Spanish, or Mandarin. They got you covered. So that's my plan, guys. I'm going to learn Spanish, and you're going to help me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and overwhelmed at the amount of amazing comments that you've left recently. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for following along on a journey with us. Have an amazing day, you guys.